Check, 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 check. Anybody home? We'll get started in a minute or two. Hey there, Yako. Hey, oh, how's that? Better? I was just waiting for you guys to get here. Better? Better. It's time to say I told you. Shit. No, I don't do that, right? Shit. I'm wrong plenty of times, but yeah, it kind of looked like... Well, you know, that's the thing, right? You wait and see. What do we get here? But yeah, quite the pullback. It's funny how the technicals and the fundamentals often, it makes you think, right? Is it pulling back, or would it have pulled back were it not for some of these macro issues? Funny how they often collide like that. Is it not, right? Now it's better? Okay, good. I'm telling you, I thought it was going to be so much better to have this giant, what do I have, 49-inch or wide, one of these big wide curves. But the mic has to be way off to the side. It's a little, it's cool, right, when I'm working, but it's not great for live streams. Okay, Liz, are we ready? Yeah, let me get rid of the disclaim. Let's see, get off of there. Okay, there's disclaims off. We're fully disclaimed. I know you feel silly to say it, but this is for educational purposes only. But I guess we have to do that. All right, so I got an interesting lineup here. Whew, a little sleepy from the crew here to get started, but we got a good lineup now. A good mix of crypto and trads. Oh, now you guys are post. Okay, good. Right. So first up, this is some nice work. This is Christos Giannopoulos. Just fun to say that name, Christos. He's giving us FET here to the dollar tether. Where are we? We're on Binance. This is some really nice work here. Oh shit! Let's see. He's giving me a. Let me pull back a little bit. Right. So, just before I get started, I should just, it's because we have new viewers, right? We get a lot of people watching on Twitter now, which is kind of fun to see. But of course, the idea here is, I'm always looking for how the members are progressing with the things that we're teaching, and then I'm hoping to see them applying that methodology. What we teach, right? Essentially what I do on every video is just apply what we teach and see how they're progressing with this. So this Christos, he gets better every week, right? I just notice it, right? That's why I like these live streams, because I really get a feel for how you guys are progressing, what you're looking at, how you're approaching the markets here. So this is actually some really nice work. God, I might have to go to a 3-day here. Let's go to 3-day and get a little perspective here. Right, so winner coin. Yes, that would be looking good. I think that's what he means. Although I know FET, there was going to be some, shit, I've kind of lost track of it, merging of multiple AI coins. I've kind of lost track of it here. So I'm assuming that we're still trading Fetch AI. I got to be honest, I'm not absolutely positive what that status is. So I'm assuming this is just a target here. Okay, right. So, but if we look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It's a little sloppy here. Right? We got some wicks here. So, okay, call it a diag. Oh, you have to do this as complex, right? So you'd have to do WXY. It doesn't matter, right? So what are you really looking for here? Are we trading technically? Let's get that right on there. That's really what you're really looking for. It's not so much to go back in history. Oh God, if I just bought it here. What you're looking for is, are we trading technically? Golden zone, 50, target. Not quite. We didn't quite get there. All right, we got second target here. Okay, all right. So obviously, it's almost silly to say it, right? This algo dominates every asset. Doesn't matter what the time is. Doesn't matter what the asset is. Doesn't matter how you approach it. This algo is going to be in there, right? So here we go. Okay, so we got a 1, 2. Here's a nice impulse. Now, this is kind of thing that doesn't happen, right? He's got it duly noted here. I like this, right? Christos, nice, right? Invalidation, right? Where we would invalidate the impulse here. Got a nice internal impulse. So we go 5, 3, 1, 2, 5. You probably got your 5 here. 1, 2, 3. There's the 4, right? We don't progress the trend. 5. Interesting, right? This 2 and this 2 look very similar, right? They're sharp and they're combos. Sharp combo, impulse. Now let's dig in there on the daily because that's what he gave me. Let me get this over here so I can see you guys. Give me 1 second here. I always miss the chat because oh, fuck me. What's just happened? Are we back? There we go. Okay, right. You guys are about to lose the screen for a second. Check your encoder. I hate it when it does this. Check your encoder settings. I don't know what that means. What just happened? Everything went blank. Okay. All right, we're back. Now a little crunchy in there. Let's get in there and see what we can make of this. Now this is actually a time where keeping the wave on is useful. It drives me crazy, but here's a nice use, right? So he's attempting here to map this out as a leading diag here. Pardon me. This would be a contracting diag here that is completing a 1. So A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. Nice, right? It's really nice work, Chris. So we come into the 4 down here. Right, we don't overlap. Look at how close this is. I mean, this is crazy, right? We come right up to the edge of it, right? That's the invalidation line. So we come right down to it, put in our 4, right? Oh, pardon me, right? Invalidation is a little bit lower here. This is, oh, fuck, what is that, right? This, this is some, what did you put there? Some pivot, right? Doesn't matter. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now this is also a really nice use case here because Christos, because I hammer this home week after week after week, right? I know he's starting to, again, his TA gets better every week. So what is he recognizing here, right? Remember, this algo is always on both sides, right? The algo and whoever's behind it does not care which side wins. They do not care, right? They're going to make money sooner or later either way. They don't care. That's why it's there, right? So we come out of this one. We're headed towards this one. Now, we're not there yet. We're not to this, right? I'm assuming you guys know what he's pulling there, right? So we're coming right to it. Remember, right? Just because it's there does not mean we can't get through it. It just means that you can anticipate resistance there. Look what else we have here. This would now be an inversion fair value gap here because here was the fair value gap. It's broken, right? It's completely mitigated. So as we come back to it, potentially some resistance. So you've got fair value gaps, inversion fair value gap, another fair value, right? Plenty of resistance up here. What do we got below? Anything? Not using any indicators, right? You don't need them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, really, you have 2 choices here, and I'm sure Christos has a feel for this. You can either trade the last little 3 here. Okay, you're a little bit late to that party, but it's doable. I'm going to take that off just for a second, since I think we've fuck. How do I get that off? Did I get on the right one? Oh, maybe he drew that. Did you draw that? Oh yeah, he drew it. Okay, right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're anticipating the 3 to finish. It's not hard to spot it. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. Is this the 4? Well, there's a couple that would be shallow, but we know we're coming right into this imbalance here, this fair value gap, right? So it's a toe goes in. Let's go down a little bit. Because these corrections have been, here's a little bit cleaner, right? So we get, oh, fuck. That'd probably be a combo as well. Because you're finishing with a 3, so W, X, Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, or A, B, C into the 3. All good, right? Looks quite good. Looks like you might have a little technical pivot up here. Oh, right. So what are we going to use? Let's use that one. Oops. Get you right on it. I'm on the right one here. All right, so it looks like we got a wick that goes through. Come down to target. All right, so you've got your candidate here for if we're to finish that labeling, right? Which usually not a bad idea. That could come lower. Unmitigated order flow right here. Let's just call that a demand zone. Right, so we've got a little pocket here. So this has not been tapped. We've left it with fair value. Yeah, we've got a little fair value gap there. Now we're coming back down to it. Right, there's the 200. The geometry would line up with that pretty nicely. Let's put it down a little bit. Now, the thing that you might look at here, because as we're in a contracting, right? So I'm sure he's got it in here somewhere. Okay, let's go to a wave 4 and just see how we look here. Oh shit, let's go. That's not what I wanted. Oh, where are you? All right, so we're coming into the 38,200 demand zone. Yeah, heads up. All right, what's the target up here? So we'd be going from down here at maybe $1.35 with a target up here. This is a $1.89 and 60 cents, right? You could lever that up. You know, when I say that, I don't mean go 500 to 1. Maybe you go 3 to 1, 3x leverage, right? Looking for that pop, right? Because you've got such a good play here. Let's see if there's anything that's staring at me in the face that would suggest otherwise. Shit, I may trade this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like you're working towards that right now. But the anticipation is you're going to do it in a 3. Right? That's not. You know, I mean, when I say that, right, the market's going to do what it's going to do, right? It's not under any obligation to follow any patterns, ever. It tends to. So that's what you look to finish that. Now you got two choices here. Either you can play in this last little, you know, you might say, okay, well here's the, oh fuck, are we in log scale? Yeah, we are. All right, so you might say, okay, from this PD array here, let me change this real quick. 50 for log. Okay, so here's the 50 of the, so if I were to do it this way, shit, let's try to show it to you. All right, so here's the range, right? So here's the 50, right? So we're coming into the discount of this particular PD array, right? If you can consider this a significant pivot, which I think you can. So as you're approaching that trade, okay, we're in the discount. Why are you not buying it? Very reasonable risk reward. Well, what would we have there? Come in here. Let's just go for the 618. I wouldn't give it much about that. There's 2.76 to 1. Perfectly reasonable. You know, that's a nice solid single, right? You're not going to hit a home run on every trade. Very reasonable. You know, that's giving it, you know, your max risk. See, but here's where you got to be careful of this, because what you're anticipating is this. So when this starts, right, you can't panic, right? You got to, oh, that's potentially an ad, right? If assuming, right, you get this, right? So you can almost see how this could play, right? Now, again, this is, you know, you're estimating based on things that we know the market likes to do. So you think there's some stops up here? Yeah, there's some stops up there, right? So you might see this push off here, and for that A wave, come here, sweep this liquidity, right? Because if they want to take it higher, they got to grab some liquidity, take it back down here. You'd have some sort of a, what do I got here? You'd have some sort of a play there on, oh, where are you here, right? So we'd come into this pocket here, so that's a chance to add, right? And if you're playing, you got your 3x here, maybe take a little partial, wait for the retrace. You're in it for that third leg, because the entire assumption is that it's going to do it in a series of 3s, right? So don't chicken out, right? Don't go, oh, I got the A. You know, a little conviction into your TA, right? So, you know, so the idea here, if you catch the A, put a little in your pocket, retrace. You know, maybe go with a little less leverage, or, you know, depending on how your week, your month, your day, all of it is going, right? How aggressive you want to be there. You could probably, on the second one, you could tighten that up, right? You could probably do it there. Now you got 10 to 1. Because, right, you have, so if this starts to come down here, well, oh, shit, something changed. Right, so nice work there, Christos. Right, there's a one for your watch list for any that are interested. V, yeah, you're right. Can you please check Doge? Yeah, I'm going to get there. I think it's on the list. Somebody get, or maybe it was Pepe. All right, we'll get there, right? Assuming I've got time here. Okay, all right, so that's very, very nice work, Christos. As I said, right, every week your work gets better. Okay, I got Dr. Alban. Oh, man, he's riding high, fresh off his win of our last Blowfin competition. I thought, Dr. Alban, when you hear this, I'm not sure, when you say Pepe linear chart, I'm not sure what you mean by linear. That makes me think you're going to give me a line chart, right? Are you talking about logarithmic or arithmetic? I think what you're looking at, you're using linear for arithmetic instead of logarithmic. I'm not sure, right? Maybe you could clarify that for me. But I'm assuming that's what you mean. So Okay, well, so it's always worthwhile to take a look here, right? Because when we go to logarithmic, we pop the separation here so I can see that one wave. Where obviously it's a little tougher to dig it out here. That's the advantage of logarithmic, particularly down at these compressed levels here. Now I see the full picture of this impulse. But of course, it distorts to your eye because that looks like, oh, that's unusually shallow for the retrace off of this massive impulse. So you got to see. Here's the other place this is helpful, right? So I should do this all the time, right? Always wick off the low, right? So when you're in logarithmic, right, you can wick off that low, and then we come out of it. Well, I still have my low marked. Okay, so now I can just grab from this and go up to that pivot. Yeah, we got a dagger went through. Did we get a close there? Looks like we did. Yes, we did. Right, so this guy's out of business. Now, when I say that, right, it doesn't mean we can't get a bull algo again. It just means that one, right, from this swing low to swing high, stopped out. Did this guy get the other side of it? Not there, right? Stopped out, right? So stop, right? Oh my God, you mean that algo actually took two losers? Yes, trust me, they don't care. They will get on the right side of it eventually, right? Which is the whole reason why they do it. Might be off the 2 here. So let's get in there a little bit. Clean that up a bit. Okay, from the 2, well, let's go to the wave 4. No reason to be in a wave 2. All right, well, right to the 50. Again, this is just a reflex habit that I just always do. Okay, so I got 1, 2. You can make a case that this is still waiting to get tapped fully, right? You got a little nugget in there. You can bring it down a little bit lower, right? So that's virgin order flow, right? It's untapped. 1, 2, 3. What did you give me a diff for? Let's go to a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, it's a little skinny up there, but it looks like you'd have to do some sort of push for that. All right, let's dig in a little further. Right, so 1, 2, yeah, that's ugly. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got to do a diag A. We expand the B into the C, so A, B, C. Right, it's perfectly valid. It's good work, Dr. Alban. That didn't finish very well, did it? I got some big wicks there. All right, so let's keep going down here and see if we get does it create any advantage for us? Okay, well this is kind of glaring, right? Really, we're not going to get that. Let's look left, right? So we have what's untapped here? It looks like that's untapped. They got some wicks through it. You could be. Might fatten that up a little bit. Tap, tap, tap. Well, you got to be a little bit cautious there because that's just, hanging there. Like, really? We're not going to sweep that? But, at some point, right, there's always going to be a lower low that does not get swept, right? Always, right? That sooner or later, did they get this one? God, it looks like they did, actually. All right, so there's an example, right? So when we leave that naked pivot sitting there, it's like, oh, really? They're not going to come back and get that? Maybe not. It shall remain to be seen whether or not that happens, right? So would we have a clean launch here? Well, you might. Okay, so there's a 30. Let's get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like you might have a contender here for a leading diag. Let's label it, right? It takes just a couple of secs. Oh, fuck, I don't know that matters. Let's go something here. All right, so we've got this nice leading diag here. That's a mighty deep 2, but it flies. They don't sweep. Well, okay. All right, so we can draw some deductive reasoning, reasonable conclusions here. Okay, well, God damn it, come here. All right, so here's that. All right, so work the geometry. Okay, so leading diag. Well, it's not, excuse me, diag. It's not expanding, it's contracting, but that'll fly. That's, geez, I'm on a 30. That sure looks like a 5, doesn't it? So this would have me pausing. God, do I have to go down to a 5 to really dig that? Actually, I might have to do it here so we can get a diag to finish this. All right, so there you go. I rarely go down to this level, but if I do, it's because I'm trying to complete a count, right? So can we get a complete finish here? Yes, we can. Right, so that might explain why we don't sweep this low, right? I mean, you could just say, okay, all of that. We went right to the EQ. Oh God, what is it? ICT calls it the instead of calling it the 50%, he's got to give it a name. Consequent encroachment, I think, is his bullshit he uses. Okay, so was this good enough here to start here? So what would we be thinking? 1, 2. Oh, we got to put him somewhere. Okay, let's get him going right again. So oh shit, come here. I want micro. All right, I got a 1. I don't have what I want here, right? So I don't want a 5 here. Now, am I too quick to label that a 5? Well, it's kind of a mixed bag here, because if this is a 1 and this is a 5, right? We're in trouble there for the 2. So let's go back out to a 30. It may be just enough confusion to where you go, oh, I got to wait and see how this resolves. It's just a thought, Dr. Alban. Right. Okay, so I mean, I suppose you could force fit A, B. You kind of work that force fit in there, but this would just have me pausing because it's unclear, right? I don't want this 5 here. I want a 3 here. If anything, it implies that you'd be doing something like this, right? If we're going to do a 5 and we're going to do a 3, we're going to have to double here, or just sweep it just barely, or just enough to get that low, and then we're going to go. That's a little bit wishful thinking. Strikes me, right? If we go below this pivot, right, then it can't be a 1 anymore. That's a hard rule. There's certain things we cannot compromise on. So I might let that play a little bit. My view is, when in doubt, right? It's why would you take it now? Right, I mean, assuming, right? I have to qualify this, right? Oh fuck me, come here. Assuming, what the fuck? Hang on. My machine's locking up. Oh, come on. Hang on, I do have a lot open. Let's give that a sec, see if I can unfreeze it. There we go. Okay, just got stuck for a second. All right, hang on 1 second. I got to turn my AC up. Okay. Yeah, just okay. I mean, everything's good until we get right here. I don't see a workaround. I'm not really digging on it, but that's pretty clearly a diag. Okay. I mean, the only thing you might do here, right, if you're determined to take this trade, is you'd have to do something like this. Oh, you can't finish it. I'm on a 5. I can't finish that 3. I can't do it. I can't go A, B, C into the B. I can't finish it. So I'm inclined to come back here and finish it the way we had it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you might, I'm as quick to buy something as anyone, but I think you got to wait on that, Dr. Altman. What are you really, I'm on a 5-minute here. Are you really worried about missing something? We're at, what are we at, 1/1000th of a penny? I think you can sit tight and let this reveal itself, right? Again, it's, Elliott Wave, right? It's always revealing a little bit more. What is the market's intention here? We make an educated guesstimate based on the context of what we can see. We know it's trying to put in a low here, but the launch is, why take the risk? There's only one reason you would, only one. FOMO. Oh, I don't want to miss it. be picky, right? I mean, if the goal is to be as profitable as you can and review your trades and learn from your trades, learn from your winners, learn from your losers, what if you get stopped out here, you're going to feel good about that trade, or are you going to feel like, oh God, I forced that? If you waited for it and you got a little bit of you got a little bit of clarity here, maybe maybe we get enough information here, we can get something here to work. Oh, A, B, there it goes. We're going to do some sort of diag out of here. I don't know, but right now, why take a mediocre trade, right? It's just, you're just asking for it. And if you get stopped out, then the self-flogging starts. Why did I do? And if worse is if it's a winner and you're like, oh, well, fuck, I just had a hunch, right? So next time, right, is that going to be the foundation of your approach to the market? I had a hunch that was going to go, or I read something in my feed, even worse. Careful on that one, right? I like the TA, Dr. Albin. It's very, very well done, but we just hit a spot here where there's just lack of clarity, right? Wait, right? You won't miss anything. Okay, I got Ben B. Oh, he must be on the road. He's giving me. He's always got me giving me a chart. Oh fuck! What am I gonna do here? Do I have? Well, let's just do it here. So what do we got? RXO. Perfect line. I have no idea. Oh, here we go. RXO. Oh fuck! One of the nice things about what we do, I know zero about RXO. I don't know what it is, what they do. I don't care. Right? The chart's a chart. They all trade the same way. Now, if I was going to trade this, right, I might look at it a little more closely. I have no idea what they do or why they exist or what their purpose is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So, but this is the point I'm trying to make. It doesn't matter. Leading diag, ABC. Okay, so I can do this. Let's change that color. I always change the color, right, so I don't get lost on what's what. That's why I don't need to use the wave, right, because I don't get lost because I change the color and the degree. Okay, what do we? Come on. What? My machine is dead dogged today. Boy, that's something usually doesn't do that. All right, so that's what we're looking for, right? On every launch, you're looking for that sweep. So I can look here and say, oh, I wonder what. Let's see. It looks like I might be too far. Looks like that's a platinum. Yeah, we got 786 here, which is not uncommon after a leading diag, because this is the market is wrestling with, are we going up or are we going down, right? The deep swings, right? It's the battle between bulls and bears, right? Bears pushing, oh, we got you, and bulls, no, you don't, oh, yes, you do. And it's just back and forth. Oh, you probably do a combo here. This kind of looks like this in reverse, right? It looks like we've got some sort of choppy thing coming down after the choppy diag to take us up. It looks like an impulse, actually. So let's go to a 4. All right, okay, so let's get you off of there. All right, so we have a contender for the 2. We don't know for sure. Okay, again, just reflexive things I do that I would encourage, right? If you're applying Elliott Wave, right? If you're going to put a 1 there, wick it off, right? It takes 4 seconds. Now, do I know that's it? No. Let's kind of dig in there, right? You gotta call it something. Oh, there's orange. How did that happen? Well, that'll work. This is a little wonky down here, but it looks like I can get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Again, I know. 2, Elliott Wave shit, so last century. Can't believe anybody uses that still. And why would you use 5s and 3s, right? When I could draw lines and call them consequent encroachment and whatever fucking unicorns, and we can call them all sorts of fun names. Okay, 1, 2, right? So the same thing down here, right? Things to look for, right? Just little things, right? That you start to lodge in your brain, right? I want to see the sweep and go. Sweep and go. Right, that's what you're looking for. It's the same thing the other direction, right? This is just, this is what the market does, right? We sweep down. Here, perfect, right? Again, I know it's hindsight, right? But just perfect trade right there. Oh, let's get a GZ right there. All right, so there's I call it a 1062, right? It's a breaking and entering, right? We break here. Oh, Jesus, well, this is just textbook, right? So there's the change of market structure shift, retrace back into the pocket, boom, right to the target, right? It actually gets lower. So, but my point being, start to eyeball that. Oh, sweep. Oh, are we going to? No, that's why you don't. If you want to survive in the markets long term, certainly. I would encourage you to look long and hard before you buy a break of a pivot, right? It's what retail does, right? You're just going to get your ass raped. Okay, there's a 1, there's a 2. 1, 2. Impulse. I mean, would there be dispute? What do we get here? All right. Oh, we got a little bit lower there. That's the 707, I think. 707. Oh, that'll work. Boom, boom. Right. It would have been very, very reasonable to take that trade, right? And you're anticipating something bigger, right? You took stop here. The algo gets stopped out here. So just because it's there doesn't mean it's necessarily going to hold, right? It's just, what does it usually do? Okay, so I got a good 2. So, well, here we can just put, right, so we're a little bit past that for ideal 4. I always check from here, right? I want to see, what is there something here that I need to recognize? Interesting, right? I mean, you could play it either way. All right, but this is the key here for this to, come here. Stay as an impulse, right? Oh God, it would be so much better if these 5s and 3s actually worked at the market in 2024, but so last century. Okay, but it's not complete yet, right? So we got to finish it. Oh, come on. I'll come up a little bit. Let that be a sliding parallel. All right, don't forget the geometry, right? It's a huge part of it if you're an Elliottian. You can't leave an Elliott count without the geometry on it. All right, so what are we doing here? All right, so ABC. You can think of it, right? You want to go old school. Right, prior resistance becomes support. A little support zone, boom. 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3. I know this shit doesn't work anymore, but there you go. For those of you that are willing to approach the market based on what you see, not on what you've read somewhere. You tell me, 5s and 3s, effective or not? Okay, well, what do we got there? So do we have a good launch? Well, okay, let's go in there and see what kind of launch we have off of that pivot. God damn it, what is with my machine today? I got to close some shit. I think that's the problem here. Okay, that looks like I got another diag here. Not gorgeous. I could have another leg in it. ABC, ABC. Contender, right? So there's no ABC here, right? So that looks like a 5, of course. Well, let's get in there. That might need a little tweak. We go ABC here. A triangle BC. Well, I might be able to get back here. This is your problem. That's a 5 all day. There's almost no way around that unless I'm going down here to see if there's anything I can do in there. There's not. It's just a 5. It is. Well, God, don't. I suppose I might have to do this. Well, that has to be a C. So you'd have to be coming down here for a C. So it would have to be, oh, fuck me. A, B, C to get that done. I'm just not putting in one degree there. Get a 2 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're kind of stuck with it. A, B, C, C. Ugh. Well, that's some shitty Elliott, right? We're stuck with it. Well, much as I advocate for it, there are times where it's not clear what's going on. Right? At least not perfect, right? Don't mistake my enthusiasm for its use as a technical tool with anticipating that's perfect, right? It's just not perfect, right? There is no TA approach that's perfect. But that would leave me much like the last one we looked at. Okay, I don't quite have the launch I want here. I suppose I could get into some sort of a diag here, some sort of expanding diag. Like this. I can't say I love this, right? This is kind of that 5 right in the middle is a bit of a problem for a technician. ABC to the 4 is just fine. 1, 2. Ugh. Well, one other tool we can always use, right? In a diag, you like to see the 4 at the 50 from the start of the 1, assuming I've got this laid out right. That 5 is there's no way around that 5, right? You're just stuck with it. ABC into the 4. You're stuck with it. Well, so my thought here would be, okay, that's a 10-minute. I might let this. Well, what are you looking for here? You're looking for a 3. So if it's me and I'm determined to trade this, I'm gonna let this A play, and I'm gonna take the B, because I know I'm looking for. If this is gonna play right as outlined here, you're gonna get a B, right? Well, as I like to say, right? Market's under no obligation to deliver anything, right? It's just that's if this is going to play as a diag, that's what you would anticipate, right? We don't get certainty in the market. We just get probabilities, right? So if you come into that 50, that's a trade. You're not swinging for the fence. You're anticipating if you hit there, what are you anticipating? That would be a 1, and we'd have a retracement coming back down into the same area. So what are you going to, if you wait for this, did you miss anything long term? Well, you're going to miss the push to the 5. 27 to 30-ish. Okay. Is that a good enough start? Well, if it's me, I'd wait for this. But approach how you think, Ben B, right? Or whatever you think there. I think that's the more, let's call it conservative way to approach that. Okay, right? So then he also had BNTX. Oh, come on. So let's split it in half, and I'll just do it over here. That was, I thought that was Dr. Alban's, actually. BNTX. He wanted Pepe, but he gave me the chart for Bitcoin. Okay, BNTX. BioNTech. Right, okay, what do we got here? I got a big mountain on the way up and all the way back down. So for this, right, it might be something you would say, okay, this is going to help if I look at this in log scale. Boy, that's not a great looking chart, is it? That's kind of a dog. What I'm not sure. So at this point, I don't know. Fuck, does it matter? Right. So what matters here? Okay, do I have a low? It's not there. Where's my lowest pivot? Yeah, shit. I think you probably just push over here. Now let's go log. Get in there. 1, 2. Oops. Okay, that's a decent start. But again, note. right? Every pivot, that's what you're looking for, right? Do they sweep it and go? That's the algo signature. Okay, that's daily. It's a push, right? You know, we don't what. But the best indication that you have down here is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might let that prove itself. Again, what if you're 105 to 147? That's enough of a push here. Let's take it out of log, see how we look. Oh shit, give me the lowest one. Whatever we get up here, I'd be more interested. Show me the 5. I'll take the 3 on the retrace. Because while anything's possible, it's not likely to do that. Unless it's biotech, some drug gets approved or something. Right? But you can't bank on that. Complete the 5, I'll wait for the 3. Because at some point, right, the 3 will come. This is hard to miss. Just all of this consolidation here. I mean, look, this is good. This is good educational content. Look what happens here at the high. Let's bring this down here and the low. So this one, they do it here. This one, they do it here. Oops. Here they do it. Here they do it. That's just classic algo signatures, right? They're just, it could be market makers as well, right? So this is the, this is all the way back to Dow theory, right? We consolidate, we drop. Now do we have a pivot? I'd wait. Ben B, what's the hurry? Show me the 5. I'll take the retrace on the 3. Kind of thing to look for, right? All of this consolidation. It's likely a squeeze as well when we came out of there. Oh, just out of curiosity. Where's my squeeze? Be willing to bet you. All right, we got squeezes galore coming out of that. Black is squeeze. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Launch. Oh, that's literally like you're taking it out of a textbook. Okay, BNTX. Okay, I got Mojaka FCX. Let's see what he's thinking. Okay, guys, forcing diagonals. The biggest mistake. Forcing diagonals. Yeah, I would agree with you. It's very hard to predict a diag, until it's complete. Oops, what's happened? Oh, fuck me. Something happened there. What happened there? I didn't get his link. Copy link. It's much like a diag and a triangle, very hard to predict, right, until you see in that final leg. You make an educated guesstimate based on what you see in the context of where you might anticipate a diag or a triangle, but it's hard to call. Well, so here we go with another series of 3s, and I'm actually in this. Freeport-McMoRan. I think this is, shit, this could have been Ben B. Who gave me this? Oh, Mojaka. Somebody, it was a live stream we did a while ago, and I took the trade. It's been pretty good so far. Okay. Well, that's obviously they're involved here. I think this is why I took it. Any comment necessary? I'm going to assume not. How about this one? Now you can see why I took this. Golden. See, that's why this is a great example, right? This is just, think about the last couple of charts we looked at. Okay, show me this, and when it comes back here, now I'm interested, right? Because I didn't chase it here. Okay, all right, show me what you're doing. Now, look, whoa, we're in for the 3. Now, is this Is this a 5 or a 3? It looks like that could be a 5. There's the 1, 2, looks like 3, 4, 5. Not the cleanest looking 5, but you probably have to squish that in at the top. We're on a daily, you probably get a little squish into the 4, 5 there. And then we come down. Doubles into a 50. We see goldens, right? But don't sleep on a 50, right? I mean, that's probably the oldest retrace in all of TA, right? Is to retrace to the 50. Institutions love it. Boom, boom, double, right? The double being the clue. I know, right? You look and say, oh, come on, man, that's hindsight. Well, yeah, it is. It's a bit of a clue, right? It's sort of much like here, right? What did they do there? Swept the low. Get it right on there. They're grabbing liquidity. You can see the unmitigated order flow over here. Grabbing liquidity at this low. I mean, literally every pivot. You could make the same case up here. I know, hindsight. Yeah, right. Or sweep. That's why you never. I'm saying this for a long time, right? You don't buy the breakout, right? They did it here, right, on a small degree, but then you could just carry that over. Oh, it's going to the moon. Oh. A 5 3. What? All right. Do we know what's coming next? Right. It's not rocket surgery. Okay. 1 2. Right into a double, and then we barely sneak by there. Right. You can't have that pivot overlap. Right. There's of all the Elliott Wave rules, that is a hard rule. Right. I can get squishy on flats and diags, everything else, but the 2 cannot go below the start of the 1, right? That's a hard rule. So do I have it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yes. A, B, C. Oh, fuck. Always hard to tell, right? With equities because of the gaps, right? But we stay above it when we go just straight. God, this has been a good trade. I have to check my P&L on that. Okay, where are we going? Well, first thing here, if this is an A and a B, and we're doing this as a zigzag, what are we anticipating here? Right? There's no ambiguity about it. We're anticipating. Now, we're anticipating doesn't mean guaranteed to get. We're anticipating an impulse here. 4 will be over here, right? We're still trying to get this 3. Let's take that up. We're trying to get that 3 to finish through this zigzag, A, B, C. Okay, right. So you're like, oh, okay, do we want to buy it now? Oh, it's not there yet. Do we want to buy it now? Absolutely not. All right, we got a little through the high probability zone. Maybe that's the, what do we hit here? Always, always, always look left. Oh, could that be a little liquidity grab? 4. Let's take these down a bit. Oops. All right. We're anticipating an impulse, right? So let's wick off the 1. Is that my 3? Oh, I don't know. Put this in here. Okay. Again, there's a very consistent process. You know, right? If you've watched more than a few of these videos, live streams or Friday videos, whatever, it's the same thing every time. Why? Why do you do it the same way every time? Because that's our edge. Really, that you have to understand that, or you're wasting your time watching this. Same thing every time, every asset, every time frame. Does not matter. I don't care what the asset is. You approach it the same way every time. So we're looking for the 4 here. And so we're just looking to something that kind of suggests we're not progressing the trend. Right? We don't have to go sideways, but something to kind of stall it out a little bit here. That's a deep 2, so you might be anticipating more, right? Guideline, right? Not a rule. This is sharp, right? Are we going to go sideways for the 4? You might anticipate that. Do you want to buy it now? Are you buying in premium or discount? For the watch list. That could have this 3 could have more to go. I'm not saying that that's done. Right here's the next obvious liquidity. We could go higher, right, and get the 2618. Remember that was the 2618 up here. Right? We could sweep it here. And that'd be a big ripping 3. Sweep the liquidity up here. We all know it's there, right? There's nobody looking at this chart on the planet doesn't know that unless they don't understand liquidity. Okay, well there's 3, 4, 5, right? You can anticipate that's where the stops would be. Now put the whole thing together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can put this up a little bit. Since we're doing diag, like this, 1, 2, 3. That's a big 3. You're looking for a big push here. Well, the other thing we could do here is just take the length of the A and project it from the B. Okay, that's interesting. We can get the 3 right here. 100% right on the algo target off of this 50. I wouldn't bet against it. So that might look like this. C, 4, or you might set up for a deeper 4, 5. That's how I would play it, right? But what does that mean? That means you're in hurry up and wait here, right? We need the pivot. We need the retrace into the 4. So we don't have this yet. So retrace into the 4. Now you're ready. Tee it up. Get it on your watch list, right? So much of the things, of the assets that we cover here, rarely are we just right at the time to buy it. Now, every now and then, right, I'll be like anxious to get off because I want to buy it right there. Most of the time, right, we're setting something up because we're not. This is not short term. We're swing trading, or this is not day trading. I get my fill of day trading because we've got on the other side of our business. That's all we do is day trade. Over here, this is longer term, right? You could be in something for weeks, if not longer. Longer term swing trading. That's why I always start on the daily, right? Do we have something here long term, right? We go down to lower time frames to validate the counts, see what the price action looks like. But this, right? That's that could be 2026 before you're. What are we at here? 27. Freeport-McMoRan. Just out of curiosity. Oh fuck. Oh, I guess it won't give me the date out there. Well, we'd be well into 26 right there. Very bullish, right? Higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Do we get a higher high? Pretty nice looking chart. Thanks for that one, Ben B. Oh, those two, Ben B. Oh, pardon me. This is Mojaka. Mocha latte. Okay. Oh shit. Let's see what we got down here. Oh yeah, here's all the list. Oh man, you got busy once we started. Okay, so I got this is did I get everybody here? Yeah. Okay, so this is George on my team, right? When I always ask these guys if we're light on content, right? He always steps up, gives me something he's looking at. And what do you got, George? He's been all over the AI coins, right? He had some good posts in our Discord about some of the AI coins to have an eye on. I've never seen this one before. Holy shit, that's crazy. Could do zigzag. WXYXZ. Wow, that's pretty sexy. Elliott right there. Z into a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got a decent diag there. Wedge, right? Call it what you want, right? That's a pretty common technical pattern, right? So we get that right there. So it breaks down. Now we're at a 50. Okay, that's on a 4-hour. So let's go to the 1. All right, where's Prime? Oh, I like what he's doing here. Figure out how to do that. That's kind of cool the way he's got that. Okay, so we're into here's the zone, the buying zone. This is close enough, right? So all the ICT heads, right, would call this an OTE, right? Because we have to give it a name. We have to give it a different name. The optimal trade entry zone. I shouldn't shit on him. Okay, right. So W, what are we trying to do here? X. Well, well, okay, so look at, oh shit, I gotta get that off there. Look at the, oh, come on. Length of time. Right, we're gonna correct it that quickly? It's okay, it's possible, but wouldn't you feel better about this trade if you were patiently and you waited for that beta or X or whatever it is, and then you bought it down here? Assuming it could be a W, right? It doesn't matter, right? We're looking for a 3. We've had a 5, we're looking for a 3, right? It's not that complicated. Right? Not that it's easy. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it's easy, but I know what to look for, right? 5s and 3s. Okay, we can all get wrapped up on that, but then, once you get into it, is it done? Is it a 5? Is it a 3, right? That's where it gets tricky. Well, does it look like we do? So what can we use here objectively? Does that look like it's enough time? Nothing says it couldn't be. It's just, again, what does it usually do? That would be a mighty short correction for this length of time. Wouldn't this look a little bit more reasonable? Yes is the answer. Doesn't mean, so why would you buy it now? Oh, I was sure that thing was going to go. If you're right or wrong, right, and you come back and you're reviewing that trade, how are you going to feel about your technical setup and timing? If you get away with it, it's almost worse, right? Because then you'll do it again. Oh, whoops. The point being, there are trades, what's the old saying? It's like buses, right? There's always another one coming. Don't force something just because you got a hunch. Or just like, well, fuck, that could be it. It made a 50. Oh, let's just fuck. Well, I don't know. I'm bored. Job's a little slow today. Let's get a little dopamine hit, right? That's what many did. Oh, shit, I was a broker for 10 years. That was my entire job, producing a dopamine hit for my clients because that's what they wanted. That's the nature of the business, right? As you've heard me say many times, right? It was not financial advice. It was adult entertainment. That's what it was, right? The doctor's got a boring day. Oh, fuck, buy the beans. Let's see what happens. 10 years of that. So I know it when I see it. No reason to force that. Just be picky, right? Wait for your pitch. But definitely one to get on your watch list. Let's go out to the daily. Oh, Jesus, what is with my machine today? I must have too much open. Oh, shit, you guys are still on. Oh, man, that's a bad lag. B waves are suckers. That's of course, right? B waves are the sucker wave, right? That's what the inexperienced trader chases, right? They take the B. They take the B and they get it right in the behind. Right, the B wave, right? So this is it's not that it's not that you can't trade the B wave. You want to trade the C of the B, right? Remember our purple belts, right? That's if they want to pass that we make them, we force them, right? Because it'll build such a good habit. 3s and Cs, right? So if you want to trade this B wave, you trade the C of that B wave. You'd be amazed what a discipline that creates for a trader, right? If you're like, oh fuck, I can't take that. That's going to be the right, 3s and Cs, right? It's amazing discipline, right? That's why we do it, right? I don't know of anybody else who does that, but it's a very powerful exercise. Okay, so that's one for the watch list. Thanks for that, George. ATH, that's a good handle. All-time high. Okay, I got Jamie. What's he looking at? Jamie. Oh, Jesus, God, why is that? It's a fucking, what is it today? It's the 2nd of September. It's 95 degrees here. It's too fucking hot here. Okay, hang on. I got to turn my AC. I'm back. So I'm moving in March. Moving to Bend, Oregon. Okay, so who gave me this? Jamie. Oh, we got a little FX. Always glad to see that. I think this is what you wanted, right, Jamie? Gotta be. Okay, the only here, I'm gonna just do this here just to brighten things up. Okay, so we can see it a little bit better. Okay, so this also, let's get that in white so I can see it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, ending. All right, with diag, we finished that 1. Whew, that's a waterfall. Oh, you're giving me the weekly. Let's go to the daily. Oh, that's skinny, but I suppose you could do it. That's what you would call a sharp correction. Now, do we need to be in log scale here? Not sure we do. Oops. We don't. Well, I don't even need to put the golden zone on. I completed a 5. Excuse me. I completed a 5. There's a 3 to the 50. Okay, so I can see what's going on there. I mean, you should be able to just get to the point where you can just see it. Do you think that's a measured move right there? It's tick to tick. So you understand, oh, why didn't that go? Oh, always the same algo on the other side. Always, 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 right? It's very easy to forget. Which is, so what is this, right? Who was just saying that? GS. Who's GS? B waves, the sucker, right? So here it is right in your face. B. Oh, so sorry. So sorry. Oh, you thought, oh, those 5s and 3s, that doesn't work anymore. Oh, I know. I read it in my feed that Elliott is bullshit. I read it. I know. Somebody who drives a Lambo told me that Elliott Wave stuff is bullshit. I'd be the guy buying it right here. All right. We get to the point. I mean, it's so, I almost feel guilty doing it. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we got a double up here. We can understand why. I wonder why the resistance is up there. Well, that would make you think perhaps there's something here. I don't know. I haven't drawn it. Something I need to say there? Anybody surprised by that? If you are, you must be a first-time viewer. Wonder why the resistance is there. I just can't seem to figure out why I can't get through that. I know, it's annoying, right? I'm just out of things to say about it. Well, that's why. That's your invalidation. I didn't mean to pull that off. I was trying to get at that 4. Let's brighten that up a little bit. Does that look like we're done here? Well, let's get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there's the ABC into the 4. Double? Looks like it. Hated that. Well, it's actually okay. Actually, now that we've got that established, look what's happening. Right? Of all the markets, this is the most perverse here. It's constantly, right? Every pivot is going to be. You're going to see the same thing, right? In FX, it's just obscene. Same thing right here. Same thing, right? It's just every single pivot. You'll find it, every one. This is how they get the fuel, right? Because there's only, what, 6, 7 banks that move the trillions of dollars in the FX market every day. They can't just buy and sell wherever they want. They have to do it where there's liquidity. Where's the liquidity? At the pivots. At the pivots, right? So that's why you see this on every fucking pivot, right? Because that's what they're doing. They're grabbing the liquidity and taking it there. So the guy who put his stop there is like, oh, fuck, are you kidding me? Looks like you have a second one inside. You do. You see this, right? That's what they do. 1. Oh, it didn't make it. Oh, look. Oh, right. Chance to add. Both of them hit target. I know. It'd be great if this stuff was actually effective. Well, let's do it here. Something like this here, right? If we're going to do it this way. Not quite get there, right? They swept at the high. Let's get you right on there. Little front run. Oh, you got a fair value. Oh, shit, come here. you can see that little fair value gap in there. This is some bullish order flow, right? The down before we go up here. So we got all of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Is there any, I doubt we're going to have dispute about this, right? Now that gets to have another leg, right? But you'd be inclined to think, oh shit, that's got to go up a degree. Let's put that in green, right? You'd be inclined to think, because of the golden zone there, we'd come down. So where's the next trade? Right? Again, same thing. Every time. Doesn't matter what the asset is. Doesn't matter, right? Does it matter, right? When you see that golden zone? No, it does not. Well, so what are we looking for here? Right? Can I get a 3? Can I get a 3? To stay above that pivot, right? Simple TA, right? Simple, usually the most effective. The more complex you make it, likely the less profitable. Right? It seems counterintuitive. Oh man, but these algos, right? They have all the whiz bang, right? All the shit. And we do a lot of algo trading on our indicator business, right? And we have a product that's an algo trader for Ninja, and I've been tested hundreds of algos, right? The simpler ones almost always perform better. 1, 2, we got a 3. Let's see, how did it measure? Where's the highest probability location for a wave 3? There. I know this shit doesn't work anymore, but there's the 4 coming back down. Here we'd be in the pocket. So just looking at it, wouldn't you say, oh, maybe they'll sweep that low right there? Oops. If I take this off, right? Maybe they'll sweep that low, come down here, grab that, and then I can get on the other side for the 5. Now, we don't know, right? You don't want to sit there necessarily with a limit order. Come here, right? Let it sweep that and take the first little pivot, and do I get a little pullback? 3, or what is that? 5 of 3, 4, 5, right? So it gives me a roadmap, right? Now, I don't know that this is what's coming, but I can map it out. Very few other TA approaches give you that kind of map out capability. They just don't. Lines, fair value gaps, supply demand, right? I'm not saying it's not effective, but nothing compares with Elliott. Maybe Wyckoff, right, would be the closest competitor. But nobody likes that shit, right? It's too old, right? I got to have the new, or then give me the ICT or the CRT or the MMX, right? It's all the new shit, right? It's got to be the new shit is the old shit repackaged. Right? But you have to be as old as I am to recognize it. Okay, right? So there's Jamie. Nice job on the FX there. Nice. Glad to see some little FX trading in here. It always shocks me we don't have more. A Fork Pilot. He's looking for, well, this is essentially Bitcoin. So he's looking for MicroStrategy. Let's see. So let's get, God, that's a good chart here, right? So get that one on your list, right? That's very tradable. Okay, MSTR. Or MicroStrategy. I guess all that'll work. Okay, right? So it looks like Bitcoin, of course. Well, here I think we do want to be in log scale, right? So ta-da, right? Sweep the low, off we go. Oh, as I recall, this was a little fucked here, right? So I think, well, okay, it doesn't matter back here, right? So what are we doing up here? Anybody disputing the fact that we're in a 4 here? How do we know it's a 4, right? We're not progressing the trend, right? We're going sideways. Do we have a breakout? Well, does it look any better here? Well, it's kind of the same as, it's the same as Bitcoin, right? It's just, oh God, is this gonna be our finish? Well, let's label it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like an A. Here's the, oh, it may not have made a double here. So you'd have to do A, B, C. That looks like the B, and then you're kind of forced into this C. What's the most surprising thing about that C is that they didn't get that liquidity. Surprising, right? It makes me think, oh, that's just hanging down there. It's just low-hanging fruit. Because we don't get a 5 here to start it. Right, so this is the same conundrum with Bitcoin, right? There's the problem with this kind of a setup here is that there's 7 different ways to read it. And that, as many people will tell you, is the downside to Elliott Wave, right? So there's interpretation, right? We don't know until it completes, right? So when you're in the middle of it, you're fuck. Is it a combo? Are we going to do a diag? Well, this seems to be the consensus. Oh, certainly amongst my crew, right? They're all in the diag camp. I'm cautious about that. Let's go to a 4-hour here, right? Because so somebody, who was it? GS was saying, so what was he saying? The diags, right, are very easy to misinterpret, right? Because what you're doing here is you're saying, okay, there's the 3. Okay, that's a 3. Now, is it a 3? Well, is it? It looks like a 5 to me. But let's say you're just going to go, this is the bull case, right? If we look at Bitcoin today, right, this is the consensus. Oh, it's ABC. Well, fuck it. We're just going to call it ABC. And then this is going to be ABC. We're going to do it this way, ABC, right? So we're going into a diag, where it's a diag. ABC, this, Jesus, I can't even get that in a fucking 30-minute. You see, this would make me very reluctant to trade this. That's a 5. It's not a 3. Now, you can just say, fuck it, it doesn't matter, right? You can just say, fuck, I don't care, right? Look where we are here. I don't care what that is, right? That's months ago. I promise you that if over time, that will bite you in the ass if you're doing that. You're just ignoring. See, either you're applying Elliott Wave rules and guidelines or you're not, right? To do it in between is just say, well, then you're doing your own combination, right? And you don't have 95 years of precedent to work with. You're just making shit up. I want this to be a 3 because I want it to go higher. That's not technical analysis. That's hope trading. That's gambling. Oh, fuck it. Fuck it. Oh, I know it looks like a 5, but so that would give me pause here. It's just me, right? I mean, I'm really picky about what I trade, right? If it's good, shit, I can't get to the buy button fast enough. But if it's iffy, I'll wait. I'm not worried about missing that. Okay, we got a clear range here. We're in. It's okay, right? Oh, but what if it goes? Fuck. What if it does? Oh shit! I was gonna. It will come back. Actually, here, this is starting to look like you could easily. See, you're kind of fucked here already. This is starting to look like it's going to be a 5. Now, is that enough? I don't know. Sure looking like we got the makings of a 5 here. Well, what happened to my diag, right? So the only way that could fly, and I'm not saying it can't, but let's see. Let's see if we're going to apply rules and guidelines that do it the right way. Okay, if this is 3 into a 1, and this we're just going to call it a 2, right? So the 3 is going to be much higher. Now maybe you're just an uber bull. But see, look what you're trying to do here. You're now saying, okay, this is going to be an impulse, and then I'm going to have a B, and then I'm going to have a C, so I can stay with my stubborn analysis that this is the one wave. Well, if it's the one wave, it's got to be a 3, right? We cannot have. It's not an impulse. So what are we stuck with? Well, this is going to be the ABC of a massive 3, right? That's okay, maybe. Well, if this is all right, now we can this is a proxy for Bitcoin. So if MicroStrategy is going to do that, well, Bitcoin going to lead it. Is that what we're anticipating for Bitcoin? Is that we're going to do a 3-3? Well, let's finish it. A, B, C. That's what you're mapping here. All right, it's going to be ABC. That's a lot to forecast here. Now again, right? I would be quick to say, fuck, the market's going to do whatever it's going to do. It's just, is that what it usually does? No. So why are you taking the trade? Well, are you in the premium or the discount? You can talk yourself in and out of a trade all day long. The question is, what is the criteria for you to take a trade? For me, I don't have it here. I don't have the criteria that would allow me to take that trade. I want MicroStrategy. I want all of it to go, right? But I'm not just buying it just because I want it to go higher. Because I'm long, so I'm just going to ignore the obvious inconsistencies with the TA because I want it to go higher because I'm long. Right? That's what many in the market do that. They just ignore what they're seeing because they're emotionally vested in seeing that or financially vested in seeing it go higher. So you go, oh, fuck it. Who cares if this is not a 5 or a 3? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Well, fuck it. See, as soon as you do that, right, as I said, now you're trading your own system and you're not trading the Elliott Wave Theory. All right. Fork Pilot. All right. Things to think about. Right now, I would love to come back here and see that 3 up here at what would be up here at 350. I'd love to see that, but I'm just not prepared to put money at risk on all of that happening here. Just me. Fuel for thought. ATSG. No idea what this is. Fortunately, I don't need to know. Air Transport Service Group. Oh, shit. I didn't want that. I wanted the daily. Okay. Air Transport. Do I need to be in log? Maybe I do. Let's go to a weekly. This looks like it's got some history. All right. Things we can see right here. Okay. Well, we can't call it 1, 2. But here's our low. We can start it here. 1, 2. Have we pulled up a chart yet where we didn't have our friend Al? No. Are we ever going to? No, because it's always there. Always asset, time frame, none of it matters, right? It's always there. All right, how are we doing up here? Oh, come here. All right. Oh, I got it to the tick. Although that would be in the past, right? So we would do it here. There's a better look at it. You see from here, the retrace, here we go 50. We get this little consolidation. A little bullish order flow goes right to the 50. Consequent encroachment, if you want to be fancy. Is there any question about what we have here? All right, just enough to get the target. I promise. Who gave me this? I promise you, Fork Pilot and I did not work this out in advance yesterday so that we could show you this. Right? Does Elliott Wave shit work? Work is the wrong way to approach it, right? Because you may or may not make money with it, right? The question is, does the market move in 5s and 3s? That's not even a debate, right? That's just a stupid thing to say. Okay, but if we look here from high to low, right? We broke. Well, did we? Let's see. Well, looks like that's all wicks, right? We might have just slid through that a little bit if I'm on the right side of it. I'm tight on that. Yeah, that's they'd likely be out there. Hard to say. Well, it doesn't matter, right? The trade has already completed, right? Here was the trade, right? That was the right to the tick, right? So now we're just looking for, okay, well, where's it going? Are we done, right? Length of time, right? See, time is, I mean, there are many traders tell you time is more, Gann was one who said, time more important than price, right? I'm not sure I agree with that based on my experience, right? It's certainly a factor. Why is that? 5, all right, are we going to be done here, right? Is this 2008? That's a lot of years, right? We're on a weekly, so we're down here. We're going to be done. Oh, let's go look at the daily. Well, that's kind of interesting. So let's take a look here, right? Every chart tells you a little story. That's kind of interesting, right? So we would lose any idea of this being an impulse, right? So we'd have to do this differently. But that looks like you got to. That's a little bumpy there. How are we going to do that? Well, this looks like WXY into an A. So let's go with the A there. B. I think I can do a C here. 1 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I've got, let's label it, right? So I'm not just in my own head. Oh, fuck, sorry. That's good. Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, come here. Oh, fuck it. That's all right. Why here? Right, and you look at that and you go, huh, why is this stop there? Why there? I don't know, right? I'm just looking at that going, huh, wonder why. Right, so we just start pulling. Oops. All right, it's only wick from the B, from the top. I would just start going pivot by pivot. So, where is he? Where is he? This is too far, right? That's too far. From the B, maybe. From the top, you're too close for it to really matter. We're not to that target yet. Looks like we've put in a potential low down here, right? Same. Oops, let's get it right on that. Ah, come here. Unswept. Surprising, right? So what did get swept? This one. All right, sweep. That's a 3. So to factor that in, right, so we can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like that comes down for the 5. Yeah, I'm just trying to, what can I see? A, B, C, perhaps like this. Okay, how does that fit in? Well, WX. I'm just building it on the fly. All right, so let's WX. Looking for more. Be inclined to be here somehow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like I got an A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like I got an A there. A. Is that my B or is that A, B, right? We swept the low here, so it can't be 1, 2. You're kind of in a squishy box there. So, okay, right, so that sometimes when you just see it and you go, okay, what are we doing here? Right, well, here's, I'm out of log, right? So here's equilibrium, or the 50%, let's call it what it is, right? There's 50%. Here's the range we're in, right? Okay, well, so one thing we can say is we want to be a buyer down here. Is this A? Come here, let's get that on. B, A, no, that's fucked. No, I can't do this. Well, I shouldn't say that. Perhaps I can. Am I going to put this here? It doesn't quite seem like that works, right? Because the B, it's so big. A, B, C. That little C is going to be at my finish. Well, so there's another example of like, okay, I don't know what's going on there. So I'll wait. I know I'm in a big range here. Accumulation. Yeah, it'd be what you might anticipate. I don't want to put the C here and call that the Y. It's too small. Not that it couldn't be, right? It's not like that's never happened. It's just I wouldn't put money at risk on that. Looks like they did it right here. A, 1, 2, 3, B, 1, 2, but that's the 3, so that looks like A, B. I don't know what's going on there. That's a hurry up and wait. I would just leave it like this, right? Okay, if I'm down here, I might be interested. If I'm up here, I'll wait. What's the next thing it's got to clear? It's got to clear that. This could all be part of a bigger B here. That's what I think is happening here. This is all just part of a bigger B. Because this is decent. This A is decent. This is, we're doing some sort of combo crazy, and to get a bigger B here before we go down to the C. So I'd be waiting on this. You're just in consolidation here, so this is a daily. Why? What's it hitting? We've cleared that. It's really already cleared that, right? So that's it's just a clusterfuck down here of unknowns. Don't have to trade everything you see, right? That's a chart where you would just go, okay, interesting, but I'll come back to that in a week. Set some alerts on either side of the range there. If it breaks one or the other, come back and look at it. I think that's a green banana. Okay, who gave me that? That's Fork Pilot. Oh no, who gave me this? ATSG. Oh, that's Fork Pilot. Okay. I'll resubmit Bitcoin chart under same link, unless otherwise. Okay, Dr. Alban. I see what you're doing. Yeah, what you gave me, you asked for Pepe, but you gave me the chart for Bitcoin, but I saw your Bitcoin chart there. It looked actually quite good. Okay, so maybe we'll finish with that. I didn't take the trade. Okay, right, I got you. I got it. Okay, yes, do not use log. That's what I meant. Okay, by linear. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry for my bad English. I forget a lot of times these guys are not U.S. born. Okay, Dr. Alban, Oh, so I got Master J20. What's he up to? Master Etsy. Oh, Etsy. Okay, let's look at Etsy. Okay, this is actually... it's on a few recommended lists. Okay, so there's... Let's do it this way. Again, another example where using log scale is helpful, right? So I can get the absolute low. Okay, you could get your 7-year-old over to say, show me where the 5s and 3s are. Right, that's what you want. You want a chart where a 7-year-old could pick the count. Well, it's got an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we can see all that, right? This is impossible to miss. Well, that's the 4, right? It almost doesn't matter how you get there. 1, 2. Let's put it in yellow, and let's come out of log scale just for a second here, just to get perspective, right? Okay, that's a pretty big rip. Well, let's ponder that for a second. Yeah, that has to be it. I mean, we're going from $6 to 300. Yeah, we got to look at that in log. Okay, well, this isn't difficult. Right? I don't know that we're done here. Things that I would kind of look for. Okay, well, here, this all, right, just barely getting tapped right now, the down, right? That's bullish order flow. Seems counterintuitive, but that's what it is. This looks like this might have more to go here because that looks like there's a 5 in there. Oops. So, let's see if I can get that to fly. Daily still. Am I too high here? I might be. Looks like it's going to just barely click it. Yep, it is. Right, so do we want to do that differently? Might have to do it this way. Let's get that opened up a little bit. Let's go to an 8-hour. I don't love it. It looks like you've got the makings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like you got a candidate for a 1, 2 or an AB. I don't know, right? Elliott, I'm sure you guys, right, if you're applying Elliott Wave, you do a lot of the same, right? You kind of park them up there and say, okay, does it fly? Does it fly? There's a little bit of trial and error to it. I'm going to go way lower just so I've got some space to play with it a little bit and see, okay, what's the better fit, right? A, B, C, right? Is there any question about the 3, right? 5, 3. I'm not exactly rock solid confident in that count, but looks like this would be. Looks like you're better here with the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So there's a good 5 into there, ABC into the 2, although it's a little shallow. Well, so this makes me think one. That's kind of. I wouldn't put the 3 here. I mean, that would be the shortest, right? So you'd have to. You'd be thinking about the 3. Wait, all of this looks much lower. So it's just probabilities, right? What does it usually do? Now that's kind of deep. So let's go 707. Oh, yeah, that'll work. All right, so we go 707, 786 up here for that, which would make you think 2. Just out of curiosity. Well, there's your 50. Oh, that's what got me thinking this. Working on the 3, 4, 5 to get down here, but if this is 1, 2, let's take that down. Put it in blue here. Get this out of here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, it's a little bumpy in there trying to get the 3, 4, 5, right? So this is not particularly bullish for Etsy. Well, even if we just here, that's a 4-hour. Let's go to an hourly. Oh, come on, trading view. There we go. Oh, I can't squish it anymore. Let me get to a 2-hour. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower, right? Any question about the trend, right? None. Zero. Zip. There is no question about the trend. We are in a downtrend. So, okay, we could just, I'm in log scale here. All right, until we break out of that channel, you don't want to fight that. I wouldn't be buying for the 3 to the 4. I'd be selling the 4 to the 5. Right? And if it squirts through a little bit, all the better, right? Because that's what retail, they'll buy it. If you got this, retail buys it. That's what you'd want to see. Oh God, look, you can just see the play here, right? Look at that. So resistance there, sweep the highs, retail breakout. Oh, there we go. They will buy it because they do the same thing over and over again. They either learn and adapt or they blow out, right? It's just the way it works in the market. Sorry, it's not supposed to be fair. It's not fair. It's absolutely not fair. So you have to work within that. Oh, until we get a lot lower here, there's no reason to be buying. Oh, what's left that we haven't worked with in the geometry, right? Is our set of median lines here. Now this is corrective here, so I'm going to go to a shift. Assuming I'm right on it. Looks pretty good. I could pull that off for a second. Corner pocket. Here's your 80%. Can't have a, well, shit, you got it right here. Right, so there's your 80% realized. Highest probability trade in TA, period, right? Least used technical tool of any trading package, of any trader, of any TA approach, yet the highest probability. Explain that to me. Never going to understand that, but it's to our advantage, right? Oh, those pitchforks. That's kind of like that Elliott Wave shit. It's so last century. That shit doesn't work anymore. Okay, Etsy, I don't think you're anywhere near a buy there. You just got to let that thing keep rolling until you get something substantial. Maybe it's earnings. Maybe it's we get through the crazy election and all that shit. Okay, I think I got Etsy done. Who else do I have here? Fellow trader. Oh, this is one I've not looked at before. NOT. What is NOT? Is that USDT? NOT, USDT. Well, that's crypto, not. Can I get this on Blowfin? I can. That is our sponsor, so let's see what I might have to pull some more history here. Oh, what did you want? Did you, fellow trader? I'm thinking he's, well, let's just see. maybe I better, where do I have, I like to use Blowfin when I can, but let's see where I've got more history. Probably got more history here. So let's go out to a daily. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh God. I don't even pay attention to it. You can't, right? You can't include that in your TA. You can't, right? So what I can see here. All right, before we go up, I almost want to do this, right? So I can get that off the chart, because it just fucks us up. Well, that looks like a 3. Well, it looks like we got a WXY, right? Again, I'm just... Looks like it's there. All right, we want to begin and end with 5, so that's not a good looking 5, right? So this might have another leg on it. That's a daily. Let's go to an 8-hour. See how we look in there. What do we got happening here? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so it's a good finish, but that's a big shit. Well, I don't think we have to worry about that. I think we can do it here. So we can go 1, 2, 3. So with that, wouldn't your next thought be to do that? A, B, C. It's a little bumpy in here. What, look left, what's there? Big fair value gap right here. Imbalance, right? What does the algo want to do, right? Rebalance. Again, every pivot, you'll see this, right? There's the sweep before we go. Another one, right? If you didn't get the first one, oh, maybe I can get that second one. All right, maybe I can get it down here. It's just every pivot, right? Look for it, right? That's the green light to go. That's too bad. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I got an ABC waterfall. So we're back into, okay, I don't know what we have here, but I'm back down here into this consolidation here. So until that comes out of there or breaks below, I'm not touching this. I should say that's me, right? I wouldn't touch that. What do I got here? A, B. So what do I have? A, B, C. It was a good start. So what's the next alternate, right, that you might have to consider? Oh, come here. Three, A, B, C, A, B, C, X. Maybe just do the whole thing, right? I might as well do it while we're here. So we know, right? Now, I don't know with certainty this is the count, but that's what I'd be anticipating based on what I can see sitting here right now. Sweep, come back to the low, right? Maybe you sweep the low, and then you go. No reason to be a buyer. Why you, right? This is what you're looking to complete. Down here, right, get real interesting. So this would be a nice short, right? You want this to break. You want this to sweep all this liquidity here. Well, here's a oh shit. It might be easier to do it this way. That way I don't have to draw them all. Oh shit, come here, I'm gonna have to put more of them in there. Oh no, I don't need that. 3, I need this. Maybe that'll be enough. Maybe not. Right, but they're over here, shit. Right, the imbalance here, we're coming right into it for the A, right? So this would be ideal, right? We come into to fill the imbalance here, back to a retrace, and there's the short, right? So you got to, and just for the sweetener, that's what you're looking for, right into the 50, come down, you might maybe get second target. Maybe it takes longer, maybe you're over here, something like that. There's, well, I mean, so if I'm looking at this chart, there is no trade, there's only that short. Unless, right, we do something like this. Well, then you're going to reevaluate. And let's say, whoa, how did we? Sure doesn't look like there's an easy route to that, but some shit can happen in here and change the. Remember, Elliott Wave is just a snapshot in time, right? As I look at that now, this is what I would envision, right? It's what I would forecast. So I get a roadmap. If I can't map it out, I'm not trading it, right? I'll just come back to it, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 months later. Okay, good stuff from you guys. Not yet. Fellow trader. Okay. Let's go to Dr. Alban's Bitcoin, because I remember this was quite good. And it's Dr. Alban, right? He gets better and better. He just won our competition, right? So he knows he's moving from just a pure technician to being a trader. Okay, so here's his Bitcoin chart. Oh, I got to do this. Hang on, guys. I'm getting there. TD, which trade are you going to take now? SOS. Well, I've shown you a couple that I would be interested in. Many of these move my watch list, but you got to give me a minute here to tell you what, if of everything we've looked at, I haven't seen one that is absolutely locked down. I'm going to take right away. All right, so we're all dealing with what's going on over here, right? Oh, take that down a little bit. Let's get the volume off here just for a sec. No, it's not. I don't do that because I don't value volume. Do I have my stuff on here? Did I do it? I guess I did. Okay, so premise is this is the 3, and we're working in this very choppy, sloppy 4. Okay, well, let's get in there. This looks perfectly valid. I took a peek at this before we started because I was curious. Well, here's the same problem, right, with Bitcoin right now. Many of my, it's rare that I'm the bear, well, or less bullish than my team, right? They're all locked in on this being a leading diag. And what makes me nervous is that these guys are better technicians than I am. Well, I should say they're better Elliotticians than I am. So they're really comfortable with this. And let's go to an 8 as a leading diag. I'm less so. I could get comfortable, but I don't see it the same way, right? So this, as we focus here on Dr. Alban, is this valid? It's perfectly valid, perfectly valid. Well, let's just fill in a few of the blanks here, right? So we could do this. There's the ABC into the W. Here, what makes this so tricky and annoying, right, is that you got a double here, right? So you can interpret it 2 ways. It's very frustrating, right, when you get those. Could be. Okay, let's go with the right. What's the implication? This is more of an implied 5. So there's an A. That's, come on, right? We don't have to argue, right? That's a 3. So this would be A, B. This can be played either way, but there's a C into an X. W, A, B. I had someone commenting yesterday, how can the B be going past the A, right? It's actually quite common, right? It's an expanded B wave. W, so I'm assuming, right? You guys all see this. Here's the X wave, expand the B, right? So it's a flat with an expanded B. 3, oh, pardon me. Well, if we can't do it as a flat, because that would have to be 3, 3, 5. So, oh, do you follow that, Dr. Alban? I'm catching myself here. So we'd have to do it. No, we can't do it as a flat. No, fuck it. Let's just call it a zigzag, right? So, because the focus is over here. If this is going to hold as the X, I can do it as a zigzag, I suppose. 5, 3, 5. It's a little unconventional for a zigzag to have an expanded B, but there it is. Now this is where we get tricky, right? So his premise is that we've gone ABC, right? So this just finish the labeling. Now this would be a flat 3, 3, 5. See here, right? Because we're calling that a 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, 5. So this being 3, 3, 5. Now purists are going to say, wait a minute. Doesn't that have to get to 90%? Well, you know, if EWI, oh fuck, what do I got here? What do I want? I want platinum, right? So if EWI is going to, you know, just conveniently change diags to where, oh well, the 3 doesn't have, or we don't have to have an overlap with the 1 and the 4, and you know, they're just going to change things on the fly. Well, I'm going to fudge that one a little. I'm not such a purist that I'm going to insist that a flat goes to the 90. I'm just not, right? That's bullshit. WXY probably in here. AB, that's a 3. You can. This is also a little tricky, right? Because you can play this as a 3, right? So this is what's making this so hard for any technician, right? It's very tricky in here. I'm on an 8. Let's go to a 4, right? Because you can play this as an ABC or as a. What I see here is a 5, right? I see. Well, let's label it, right? And I could be wrong, or I'd be quick to. No, fuck. Come here. I'd be quick to tell you. I could be wrong about this, but All right, so I see that as the 1. Again, it's what I see. All right, I certainly could be wrong. A, B, C into the 2. So let's label that. Okay, so if you're gonna do this as a B wave, right, as he's got it here, this is how you'd have to do it, right? So we'd have to go. Oh shit, wrong. Sorry, I want to go A. So this is where it's open to a little interpretation. So are you putting the 3 here or the 3 here? I think it's there. Because let's see, that's 4. Let's go to a 1. Jeez, I got to bring up my count here. What have I got here? Come on. All right, so this 3, 4, 5, right? So this is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, Jesus, I'm forgetting my own count. So this would be the. Sure, I'm mixing my count with his count. Let's stay focused on his first, right? So if this is a B, this has to be an ABC. So we could do it this way: A, B, C, into a C here for the B. Well, let's put it in green, right? So for that to fly as a B wave, is this what you're thinking, Dr. Alban? Well, I think we can do this a couple of different ways here, which is annoying, actually. This would be, I think we'd have to do it here. Okay, so let me do the subdivision in there. Jesus, why am I having it struggling here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is making it a 5. I'm losing my own count. If we're going to do it as a B, we need to do it as a 3, 3, 5. So I can't do it this way. So see what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get I got to think of it differently. That's what we're trying to get as a 3, 3, 3, 5. So this can't be done that way. Why am I having a brain fart on this? I am, for some reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now subdivision. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something bright. Again, this is what I see. I could be wrong. Let's go micro, put that in white. Okay, let's dig in there. Okay, that's how we get there. Jesus, sorry guys, I probably bored you to death there. All right, so there's that. This doesn't overlap, so we go 1, 2, 3, A, B, C into the 4. All of this liquidity sitting here gets swept. We put that right there. Oh shit, maybe they doubled it. 4 up for the 5. Right, so there's the C. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to give us a B. So there I have a 3, 3, 5. Jesus, I struggle on that one. If that's the B, okay. What are we looking for? We're looking for the C down here. This would be the Y. That's got to go up even higher. 4. So A, B, we're looking for an impulse to complete this. C, Y of 4. Let me go back out to the, let's go to the 8. W, X, A, B, C, right? The expectation is, right, again, anticipation, right? Call it what you want, right? This is that we're going to come down and finish this as a 5. Sweep this liquidity, right? A, B, pardon me, A, B coming down for the C. So 3, 3, 5. God, I have a fucking brain fart on this today. Y of 4. Where would that put us, right? If we think, now put some context to this, right? On the assumption that this is a 3. Get you right on that. Where's the unmitigated order flow? Oh, let's call it a demand zone, right? So, okay, down before we go up, right? So we haven't tapped it yet. So it's sitting there waiting to be juiced. We're going to go lower. Well, let's see how far the 3 goes. We don't even have the 1 in yet. We're still working on the 1 before we go to the 2. Now, maybe it's in. Looks like something completed. Let's go to a 1. Looks like something completed. What is it? 1 or A? Do we know? No, we don't. 1. Okay, here's what we can anticipate. Oh, 5 has just completed. What do we look for next? A 3, right? That's not in dispute, right? So we're looking for a 3 here to finish this, right? So, okay, is that A, B, 1, 2? Or I don't know. Do you want to be a buyer here? Well, you're tapping this, right? So always look left, right? So where was there bullish order flow? Yeah, right to the 50. Consequent encroachment. I'd be interested in the short up here, right? Where's the order flow here? That's the bearish order flow. Oh. All right, we got a little supply zone here. That's bearish order flow, untapped. So we come back here into that 2. So map it out. 3. That would be the 1618. 4, 5. Can we get that low? That's the 3. That's the 4. Into the low 40s for the 5. To get the C. You get the Y. Nobody likes that count. Right, myself included. But whether I like it or not is not the point. What is the market suggesting? Now, the alternate is that this is completely wrong, right? This is going to stay as a die. Oh, shit. Here, let's get the bull case in here. Might as well. I'm going to do this on Friday anyway. If this is a 3, and this is a 3, and this is a 5, well, we could consider this as a big diag, right? Now, again, it's just like before. If this is going to be 1, 2, that's probably not 3. It could be, right? So this would be the A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, big leading diag. It's like a triangle or trying to, that's a 3, right? We see it's a lot to assume, okay, well that, I don't like that 3. I don't want this to be the launch of Bitcoin. So I don't like that. So I'm just going to call it a diag. See, to me, that's a little bit, well, that's what I want. I want it to go higher. Now, maybe the thinking is, well, the macro trends are so bullish and blah, 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 whatever you're going to talk yourself into. Okay, well, you're making some massive assumptions there. 3. I mean, you could play it as a 3. Here's what I think is less likely: if this is a 3 and we play this as a 3, that the diag is already done, or the 3 is in, right? We'd have a contracting. Assuming, right? Let me put this on top of it, because you could interpret this as a 3. So you'd be going 1, 2, 3, right? And how will we know? Well, we will actually know, right? Because if this is 1, what's the alternate? Take that off. The alternate is that this is A, B, C. Oh, we can do it here. Let's do it here. A, B, C. And we're going to hold for, and so this would be, I'll give you the full count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now, I could certainly be wrong, but that would not be my primary. That is the primary of a bunch of Elliotticians on my team that are better Elliotticians than I am. So I'm very cautiously keeping that as a primary. I would put them very close together. But what's really driving me here, and my interpretation, is that. Right? That's just, it's certainly not a 5, right? So we're kind of stuck with this. Oh, okay, well, how could it work? Well, it could work as a diag. But then it's also, right, this is the finish. This is the finish. After all this, I suppose, right, you could say you swept all the lows, right? You grabbed it all and you came back, but you did not come back in a 5. That's what keeps me hesitant about that count. Okay, let me keep going. I get too caught up on that one. What else do I got? Drunk Monk. Oh yeah, he's been. I haven't seen him in a while. Drunk Monk. That's a good handle. HSI. Okay, right. So I can come back here. So let's go to HSI. Something in Hong Kong. Oh shit. Hang on. How am I doing on time? Oh fuck. Oh, I never think I have enough, right? And then I end up going long. Okay, so let me see what I got here. Okay, let me go to the date. All right, I'm already at 1:30. I know people's tolerance, right, starts to really fade after 2 hours. Shit, mine does too. I start to get hungry. Okay, oh, I want weekly here. Let's go to weekly. 1 week. Okay, so what he's asking is, how many do I have more? Nah, just a couple. Okay, actually, I only have 2 more. Okay, so we'll be all right. We won't be terribly late. Okay, all right, so we can come all the way over here. Looks like that spared the low, right? So you can go 1, 2. I don't know that you want to. Ugh, well, that's a... Okay, well, so what I can... It looks to me like we've got perhaps a diag here to finish this. I don't even do it here. A, B, C, W, X, Y. Kind of looks like that's what you got there to finish that. A, B, C, right? Doesn't matter. That's kind of a big degree. Let's put that in blue, right? Okay, so do I have something to finish it here? Sheesh. This looks to me like I've got to do this. Oops. Excuse me. Can't say I want to do that, but that's what I'm looking at. This doesn't finish it, right? Because we'd be finishing with a 3, and then that's kind of a waterfall. That's kind of a clusterfuck. The beginning of it seems to, oh shit, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? I know that's the thought, right? Oh fuck, who cares about what that? I might even, I know this is a little wacky, but this almost looks like you'd have to do something like this for the X, Y as opposed to that. It might be too wacky. Well, either way, are we done here? Well, let's take it out of log scale, just see how that starts to fly. See, this is a little fucked here. You don't get a clean 5 there. It's just I can't resist it, right? Just out of curiosity. Got a dagger through that. All of this way too blown. That looks like a WXY. Oh, yeah, you have to do it twice. Ugh. ABC, 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 W, X. Let's take it to a 3-day. See what we got there. Here, I gotta get out of here. I'll get stuck on this. Yeah, you might not need that second X if that's going to be ABC. Like that. Oh, that's not great, Elliott, in there, as in that's all over the place. Where's the next trade? Well, usually that's what people are interested in. Well, you're doubling at that 50. Is that the B? Well, I would anticipate a little, there's a nice little order flow up there. I would anticipate that gets swept and you get this into this little supply here. So if this comes up a little bit more, I think you could trade the next trade, right? It's just kind of a shit show of Elliott, right? But if I'm coming up into this pocket here, because so where's a good risk reward here? Right, if I do it this way, where's the better risk reward? Do I want to be buying it right there into the 50? That's a stupid question, right? It's a rhetorical question. Obviously not, right? So we want to, okay, I'm going to play from the 50 to the golden zone. Probably not, right? Are you in the premium, the discount? Well, you could say you're at equilibrium, right? From if this is the PDRA, you're at equilibrium. Neutral, right? No advantage. So now if we score a little higher and we get into the premium, we got a golden zone here. We know there's likely an algo there. So that's the play that I would be looking to make there. I don't see an alternative, right? But what you can count on is likely that gets swept. Come up with a B, take the C. Okay, last one, then I'll be done. Never give back. Got to get him covered. If there's a chance, I don't think so. I'll do one of the two. Never give back. Oh, you're giving me Bitcoin. Okay. Is that what you wanted, Bitcoin? Since we already did it, let's do the other one you wanted. IONQ. NQ, IONQ. I'm assuming that's what you want. IONQ. Yeah, that's got to be it. Is that it? Wait, what the fuck? IONQ Inc. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so give me a second here. We'll finish up on this one. I know I went long here. I usually try not to, but here I am. Okay. Let's get to a daily. Okay, all right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too bad that Elliott Wave stuff doesn't work anymore. Oh, from the low, what do we do? Oh, golden zone. Crazy, I know. Okay, got a little leading diag into the 2. Oh, you went into sneak mode here. Okay, 1, 2, working on the 3 there. Let's see, do we have a little? Well, let's see. So, right, one of the new rules, right, it's very convenient, right? We don't have to have the 4 overlap the 1, so you can go A, B, C. We could be playing this as a diag. Put the 4. I'd be inclined to push it over, right? Time is important. A, B, C into the 3. Let's brighten that up a little bit and bring it up. Let's put it that, right? Okay. We're trying to get a 5 out of that. Okay, all right, we got to look left. What are we dealing with over here? That's a 3, so that's a W, X. Oh, fuck, I don't know, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put it down here. Let's just put it down there. 1, 2, 3 is what we're trying to do. Where's the resistance? We know where we're going to find that. Little kickback on the 50, right? Very, very common, right? To kick back on the 50 and then go up and get the golden. You got all the right ingredients down here, right? For a good low, right? There's the sweep, right? So, they're going to get the low. Nope, right? It's the sweep and that's the hold, right? So sooner or later we have to get a higher low. There it is. So you finish this up here, right? It's not. Right, we don't have the 4, right? So that would be maybe, right? But I'd give that, expect a little bit more time, right? So looking for a 3, something like that, before it goes up. I'd wait, personally, right? If it's me, I'll wait, right? I'm not worried about missing something. So, okay, for the 4, for the 5, right? And that 5 may or may not get there, but that would give me a good launch here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I anticipating after that, right? It's the same thing over and over and over again. Next buy would be down here. Okay, with that, I got to wrap, guys. Thanks to all that posted. All right, that's what I do here. I didn't go too much longer to it. That's 9 minutes over. Okay, thanks, guys. What's the kind of A wave is that? It's impossible to count it in 5. Oh, shit, man. I don't know which one you meant, right? So what the last one? Oh, yeah, that Hong Kong. Yeah, you can't count. That one was just sloppy Elliott. You can't call it a 5. I don't think I did call it a 5. Okay, that's all I got today. All right, guys. Just a reminder, you can always pop into our Discord, totally free to come in and hang out with us. Right? Check it out. Talk to the other members. See if there's any value there, because that's the question, right? Is there value? Am I going to learn anything? Don't take my word for it. You see me do the same thing week after week after week after week, right? It never changes. It's always the same because that's our edge, right? So the question is, do you want to learn how to do this? Get fluent with it. It's like learning a language, right? It takes time, practice, repetition. I make it look like I'm fluid because I've been doing it for a long time, and I still make mistakes all the time. As I said, everyone on my team is pretty much a better Elliottician than I am. I've just been trading longer than they have, right? It's the only difference. Okay, guys, you have a good one. I will catch you next week. With that, I will sign off here if I can remember how to do it.